Okay, so now we have everything set up. I've gone ahead and fixed the issues we had with the little pre-delay stuff. Now I want to get into starting to balance everything, put it up against the vocals, make sure that we have some headroom on the master, get levels right. And that way we can make decisions on timing, boosting levels, whatever, knowing that we're hearing the right thing and we know what we're hearing, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to move everything to the tracks they need to be on in the template. Let me play right now just where everything is, just going through the monitor. It's not going through any mastering or anything.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Rolls Royce outside, so you know that's me. Yeah, chilling with your bitch, bumping Jodeci. Yeah, they said he didn't live, so you know that's me. Yeah, you know that's me.
A 180 en la Ducati, you know that's me. Un culito bien pegado está pa' mí. Brilloteo en el cuello, eso es así. Yeah. Oh. Rolls Royce outside, so you know that's me. I'm chillin' with your bitch, bumpin' Jodeci. They said he didn't live, so you know that's me. Yep, you know that's me.
Automatically, I hear that there's a lot of issues with tuning, timing, double stacks. They're not like aligned. Typically, when a client comes to me, they've rushed to the finish line. That's the most typical thing. Let's say someone that's not really a mixing engineer or a record producer, right? Maybe they're a songwriter. Maybe they are doing everything themselves. They typically want to rush to the finish line. They want to sing their vocals through autotune, throw a bunch of plugins on it, make it sound pretty good, throw it through mastering, and man, there you go. That's a record, right? What I'm trying to show you in this masterclass, the process of making a professional record and getting the best that you possibly can with the ingredients that you have. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to drag these all to the right channels, and I'm going to match these up. I'm just going to show you an example. I showed you a little bit in the last module and kind of my process and my thought process with this stuff. Grabbing the 808, dragging it up to the 808 track, making sure that everything is starting at bar 1, beat 1, which this sounds and looks great to me. It's just swung back a little bit, I noticed, on the grid. So as long as the vocals are locked in with the drums, we're good, right? It's all about having everything together. And we will be locking in timing for vocals and stuff on further modules. I'm going to show you how to move things around manually. I'm going to show you how to lock all that stuff onto, parts like even phrases that are landing weird, right? Like, oh, that was a little rushed. This was a little behind. You can actually hit Command X. You can cut that and you can go P up to your 808 track. This is probably the quickest way to do it and the most precise. And then Command V, I'm just pasting that 808 right onto the 808 track. So you can see that 808 track is going to the drum mix, and our drum mix is here, and that drum mix is going to the drum master, and the drum master is going to the all drums, and then the all drums, like all buses, are going to the master. Okay, and then the master augs is our final stage here. The reason I do that is because I want to be able to say, hey, I don't want drums, I just want to hear the instruments and the vocals. Maybe it samples the sax sample in this one. Maybe I want to hear the drums and the vocals only. I can mute the all buses, and that takes away all the sends of reverb that the instruments are going through or the drums are going through. It's going through processing on the mix buses, all that stuff. So now I can go, okay, let's just mute all that stuff and only focus on and hear the vocals or only hear the drums or only hear the instruments. So this is how I set it up. It's a very efficient way of mixing and I love it. I've been doing it for years like this. Okay, so here's bells, right? So for example, if we go to bells and we go up here, we might not find a bells. We got like a guitar, vocal chop, lead vocal stuff, all that. So for now, I'll just skip that and I'll make its own thing. Same with coin, but cymbal, right? There we go, X. So I'm Command X and I'm going up and I'm going to just go to the cymbal track. Okay, so here you go, cymbal, Command V. You kind of get the idea. Now, what happens when I'm like, yo, in my template, I don't have this bells. I don't have something for the bells. What I'll do is I'll listen to that track. If it's like an instrument, if it's a drum, whatever, I'll make my decision that way. So I'm pretty sure this is an instrument. It's like a keyboard. Okay, so it's like a very sampled, like slowed down, resampled bells keyboard sound. So what I'll do here is I'll just like bring this up to my instruments, right? What do we got? Like we got vocals, we got hats, we got guitars, perks, all that stuff. The red looks like probably where my instruments would be, being the guitar. So because this track, the template came from a track that was pretty minimalist. It was like a guitar sample or something. So I'll bring it up to here. I'll double click on this track, make sure it's red like these other instruments here, like the guitar. and I'll make sure it's going out the instrument mix, and there you go. You've solved the problem. I'll probably give it a little headroom too, because I know that it's going to be going through the instrument mix to the all instruments bus to the master bus. So I got to give it just a little headroom. And I might even, for this, copy over other plugins that I had on this guitar track. But because this was a guitar and these are bells and a keyboard, this is going to be some different treatment. But at least I have these plugins ready to grab from if I need them. Okay, so that's about all I would do for something that would be missing a track. So that's what I'm going to do right now in this module. And if you've imported stems into your session, do the same thing. Go through, use this template. You know, by the time you're getting this template's going to be all ready to go with the bells track and the coin and the, you know, cymbals and drums and all that stuff. But I'm just going to start with the drums. I'm going to get those all in place. There's only a few instruments in modern hip hop, trap, reggaeton, any of this stuff, even pop. There's typically only a few instrument tracks. This one has horn effects. It has the bells, and then maybe it has the lead here, which I think is that sax, right? And it almost sounds like more like a muted trumpet. But there you go. There's only really like 2 instruments in this, and the rest are effects, drums, 808, riser, you know, like that's another effects, reverse bell, another kind of effect. So most of this is just like effects. It's very, very drum heavy and vocal heavy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to match these tracks up. I'm going to get everything going through the flow of my template. And that's what I start every mix with. We're going to get levels going in the next module. And I'm going to show you how to set those levels and balance everything for the master bus without any processing on it, making sure we have good headroom. All right, let's get into the next module.